Leaveittokirae here, and welcome back to my channel for yet another video. If you are new here, I'm Leaveittokirae and I make videos on beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. So if that interests you, then go ahead and tune into this video. And if you're feeling the vibes here, go ahead and click the subscribe button as well as ringing the bell so that you're notified when I post my next video. In today's video, I'm going to be completing this nice little smoky eye look that you see here. I absolutely love how it came out, y'all. You're gonna see in the midst of the video, I'm like, hold up now, I'm not feeling how it's coming out, but it all came together in the end. I'm really loving my hair right now. This video is not even about the hair, but y'all, I love this kinky curly hair. I talked a little bit about it in my last video. It is from my hair collection, and although I said I'm on pause from selling hair right now, if you are interested in purchasing this hair, I can definitely get it for you. Like I said, I've had this hair for about 2.5 years now, maybe longer, maybe 3 years, and it's actually been absolutely amazing. So definitely recommend it. It blends with my natural hair so well. Enough about the hair, y'all. Let's get into this look. So as usual, I'm starting off with the fresh face, and these are all the products that I'll be using on my face today. The only product I didn't use is the little pink blush that's right underneath the Juvia's Face palette. I'll use that later on in another video. And then I'm going into my Smashbox primer water. So originally I was gonna do this like just a talk through makeup video and just kind of go through all the products, but I just kind of decided, you know, it's time to continue on what I started, this conversation in regards to breaking generational curses and trauma and things of that nature. I kind of just want to dive into that today instead of the makeup. But of course, you know, pay attention to the products. I'll have everything listed. But we're just going to get into this episode of Make It Make Sense Trauma. So first I'm going to start off with the definition of trauma via the Merriam-Webster dictionary. And the second definition says, a disordered psychic or behavioral state resulting from severe mental or emotional stress or physical injury. And then I also wanted to tie it into the Urban Dictionary definition, which basically just says, you got it from your dad. And honestly, I wasn't a fan of that definition because, okay, elaborate. So we're not really going to focus on the Urban Dictionary definition, but I'm sure y'all know what that means. If not, I guess I can talk about it a little bit, but it's really irrelevant. Let's focus on this, the standard definition, the one that says a disordered psychic or behavioral state resulting from severe mental or emotional stress. Okay, so y'all all know basically things I've been discussing on my channel. I've been kind of letting y'all in a little bit more on who I am and how I came to be about the person that I am, and how I really had to sit down with myself and just really figure out what and who I was, you know, and what led me to, you know, the things that I did in the past and the actions that I used to have. What led to that, you know? And definitely coming into my field and studying psychology and, you know, all of that, that really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. But y'all, I didn't even realize the amount of trauma that I had until I really kind of just went through it and I saw it unravel without the people that caused the trauma being around, basically. So just me going through certain experiences and situations, i.e. a toxic relationship at the age of 19. Lordy Jesus, that is the one that really just opened up some things for me, guys. Like, whew. And I can't believe I'm even talking to y'all about this because I am a very private person, but I'm learning that me sharing my experiences and the things that I've went through is definitely going to help someone. It's going to help someone because there are many others who are going through the things that I went through. And I would be very remiss if I did not speak on these things. I would be very remiss. I would do a disservice because the reason that I started my channel was to help people. I love helping. That's the reason why I'm becoming a therapist. But here I am coming to you all as transparent as I possibly can be in this. And yeah, let's just talk about it. So when I went through my extremely toxic relationship with this individual, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about him, and it just really opened up my eyes to the fact that we have both, experienced a lot of trauma that we had no control over, as young children. And I'm not going to speak on, his experience. I can only speak on the things that I revealed about myself and that I got to know about myself. Yeah, I learned a lot, and I learned that trauma was very, very prevalent, and it was very, very present in me, and I had not healed from it prior to going into this relationship. And I exhibited a lot of characteristics that were passed along down to me from generation to generation. And because I was so young, I was 19 years old when I got into this relationship, I really just, I don't know, at 19, you're not really thinking about, oh my gosh, let me fix my trauma. Let me face my trauma, let me try to figure this thing out. You don't really think about that, especially when you're going off to college. I was going off to college, and I was excited to be on my own finally for the first time, because I've always been an independent person. So I'm like, oh, I'm really independent now. That was what my focus was. And then I ended up getting into a relationship, and that kind of blindsided anything that I had planned for myself personally, because like I said, this relationship was extremely toxic, and this person displayed a lot of their trauma onto me. So me being the fixer-upper that I am, and me being the loving, caring person that I am, my main focus was on him and our relationship, and trying to, basically repair him, because I loved him, But also, that doubles back to the fact that is trauma. That's something that I have an issue with, had an issue with, because we've healed, but I used to always want to fix people and just stick around, help them do better for themselves. Even if they really didn't even want it for themselves, I love to try to stick around and just be that being that can help them reach those strides, and all the while not even realizing that it's tearing me up, it's eating me up, and that's really what that was. That really revealed a lot for me traumatically. And then later on, once I got more into my studies and realizing, generational curses and characteristics that can really be passed along, I realized that the women in my family really do cater to men, and they really do feel like they have to have a man, And I realized through that relationship that I was the same way. I felt like I needed him, and I wanted him to stay around in my life, regardless of how he was treating me. And, that's the same thing that goes on in my own family. With the women in my family, they'll stick around with, men, and these men aren't even treating them right, and they know that, but they just want to be either fixer-upper, or they feel like they can't really get nobody else, And men will make you feel like that, guys. I don't know if you know, ladies, gentlemen, men and women, the opposite sex can definitely have that type of power over you if you allow them to. And once I started to realize these things, guys, and my trauma, another thing that I realized I want to throw in before I move on is the fact that I was just so angry all the time. And when I say angry, I don't mean like, oh, I walked around mad or nothing. But if, my partner did something that, granted, warranted me being angry, my level of angry was sometimes uncontrollable. And I didn't like the way that I felt in that, and the things that I would do, the actions that I would take. I didn't like the fact that I allowed someone to have that much control over me. And also, I didn't like the fact that I didn't have much control over myself. And y'all, I'm just kind of like unpacking on y'all, but I didn't like it. And once I finally got out of that, and I finally realized, because y'all, it took a long time for me to get out of that situation. I don't know if you know, but if you're in a toxic relationship, it's very, very hard to just up and walk away. Something traumatic, basically, or something that forces you all to be without each other has to happen in order for that relationship to subside. And finally, I was able to graduate, and I didn't have to be around this person anymore. So I was solely focused on me. And that's basically what I was talking about in my last video when I said, at the age of 23. So yeah, this was around that time. I graduated college with my bachelor's degree, 23 years old. And me having that alone time with myself really, really showed me a lot, you guys, because I was able to reflect not only on my relationship with that person, but also on my relationship with myself and my family and just everything, y'all. Oh my gosh, I could be here for days talking about this topic, simply because, like I said, it's very, very prevalent in my life. I not only had a toxic relationship with my significant other, but I had a toxic relationship with my family members, simply because, like I said, they still exhibit those characteristics that I have now done away with. Like I said, at the age of 23, I had to sit down with myself. I had to go through these things. I had to learn more about myself. I had to redefine who I was. I had to really step into the woman that I was going to be and who God really intended for me to be, without the distractions, without things that were holding me back. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful for the time that I had to go through that. But it did pull me away from my family, because now that I am aware of all these things that I know are not okay, they're still not. So as long as they're blindsided to everything that I've discovered, they're always going to see me as the black sheep. The person that, in their eyes, I don't know what I'm talking about. But in all actuality, I do. And I'm making this step. I'm making these strides and these changes within myself, because I don't want it to continue in my family. I don't want to bring the trauma that I had brought onto me onto my children. I love my babies so, so much, and they're not even here yet. So with that being said, I will protect them from anything in this world, anything possible that I can protect them from, even if that's myself. Seriously, like, I love them that much that I'm working on me. I'm digging deep inside of me and my lineage, and correcting all those bad habits, guys, because my babies can't go through it. They can't. Yeah, granted, they're going to go through some things, but mama's going to protect them. Period. And I'm not going to inflict anything from my past onto them. So the trauma, make it make sense in your life. Make it make sense, because everybody's trauma is different. Your trauma doesn't look like my trauma. And you're just going to have to, like I said, sit down with yourself. Get to know yourself. And also, like I said previously in the last video, be okay with what you find out. Know that neither of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. God didn't intend us to be. But your imperfectness is what is going to mold you into the person that you are destined to be. Seriously. Like, y'all, I was very imperfect. Still am. But I've definitely grown so much. And I'm able to see things so differently by just tapping into me. Tapping into things that I just knew I didn't want to bring into my future. That's so important, you guys. That trauma, you not only want to bring it onto your children, but you don't want to bring it onto your spouse. You don't want to bring it onto your loved ones, your co-workers. You don't want to bring that bad energy around the people that you go around, especially if you're trying to grow and change. Like, that's all a part of the process. Take that time out, guys. Get to know yourself. Love yourself better than anyone can love you by depleting that trauma day by day. Because it's a process, y'all. I'm telling you. Like, to this day, from the age of 23 to the age of 26, to this day, I'm still dealing with small triggers. And it's very, very rare that it happens because I'm so aware now. But y'all, I'm telling you, it's tough. And even 3 years later, you might still possibly be triggered by something from your past. But as long as you have that awareness and you're able to self-center yourself, you're going to get through it. So, yeah, that's just my little spill on trauma from my personal experience. Had I not sat down with myself, Lord knows where I would be, seriously. Because, y'all, I was just a little angry little girl, but I was just full of so much love, like, and I couldn't really show it because of the trauma. The trauma. And maybe one day I'll go a little bit deeper into that, but for now, I'm just gonna try to get through this as best as I can, because I've healed, but it's still a lot to unpack. It's a lot, and like I said, I'm kind of unpacking on y'all. But I really appreciate y'all listening to me. I'm sorry if this was kind of all over the place, but yeah, I just wanted to unpack. I feel like this needs to be talked about, and know that you're not alone, because there are some days where I felt alone in this. Like, dang, my family is like blackballed me basically because of me taking a stance like this. But I know I'm not alone because I'm creating much more. I'm creating so much more by doing this. And I'm surrounding myself with positivity every single day, and I'm making decisions to be happy. And that's all I want to do, is just be happy for the rest of my life. I don't want to deal with things that aren't peaceful, people that aren't peaceful, people who don't bring me peace. I just don't want to deal with it. So, yeah, I mean, if you see me just by myself, don't be alarmed. Like, I like to spend time with myself to center myself and continue to get to know who Kiriana is, because I'm growing every single day. But yeah, I'm just here to tell y'all, take out that time. And if you didn't know what trauma was, then here's an example by me telling my story. And yeah, share your thoughts in the comments, guys. I hope y'all like this video. I hope y'all like this look. I think it came out really, really nicely. It was just a simple smoky. And yeah, I love y'all. Let me know if y'all want to hear more videos like this, or would y'all prefer for me to just stick to talking about makeup? Which ain't gonna happen, because I'm here to talk about way more than makeup. But no, I want to hear your thoughts, for real. So let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my channel. I will be back for more. And make sure you subscribe to my vlog channel as well, because we get lit over there. I love y'all so much. And yeah, just thank y'all for being along with me on my journey. All right. Bye.